beautiful soul family. Welcome back to Light Language with Nubia. I have an episode of Dream Time with Nubia since I haven't been filling you in the dreams that I have. In this dream, I was a mermaid in a past life, and I would heal humans, and I would have contact with this woman healer, and she would bring patients, you would say, into a cave. And in this cave, the men or the people would lie down, and I would come from the water. It almost looks like the cenotes now that I've been able to experience that, like a large opening of water and a cave, sort of like a cave. And this healer human would bring the patients in. She would lie them down, and there's this patient that I saw at Dreamtime. He was a very thin white male, had long hair, and he was wounded in his left lower quad of the stomach. He had been stabbed or wounded by something. There was blood coming out of him. And I don't feel that he believed in the mermaid healing, but he was dying. So this woman, I don't know how he found out about this woman, and this woman brought him into the cave. But it was not like, it was a sacred healing that only that woman and the person receiving the healings could be there. It couldn't be like a lot of people around me. I'm not sure why. And so the lady had to do like a sacred ritual, like to calm me, so I would know that it was safe for me to be there, and I trusted her. And whenever I would feel it within me, I would travel within the water into this cave and show up. And at first, when this man saw me, he was scared. Like, wow, like, this is real. Mermaids are real. And at first I had to put my hand like in his heart. Like, I couldn't speak, but I would speak telepathically. And I put my hand in his heart and sent him messages like that I meant well for him, and I was here to heal him. If he allows me and trusts me, I can heal him. And he looked into my eyes, and somehow he knew what I meant, even though I couldn't speak. And I started, I would bring the water from this cave and then bring it into my water, into my hands. In my hands, it would turn like liquid blue light electricity, kind of. And then I would put it into the patient. And I would be speaking in light language, but telepathically, like not from my mouth. He could hear anything. And when the water would touch my hands, that I would transform it into this liquid blue light electrifying, I would put it into him. And then it was already like, when I would say the light language, it would transform within my hands. I would put it in his body wherever he was hurting, and it would heal him. And the wound that he had, it started closing and everything. And it started transforming the human body into light within him wherever there was darkness. And it seems like he had an entity within him that wouldn't let him be his own version of him, who he truly was meant to be within his soul. And I was able to capture that as well, and he knew. I looked into his eyes and I told him telepathically, I can get this entity off of you and let you be who you meant to be without having these demons controlling your path. Because right now you were in the edge of dying, and having this entity within you controlling your moves, what you do, giving you addictions, and will only keep on taking you in vicious cycles. And with his eyes, he gave me the okay. And with my hands, I started moving circular motions in his chest, and transforming everything that was within him into light. So that entity that was inside of him, controlling his thoughts, his mind, came and saw me, and he knew the entity was done, and he had no power or control. I extinguished the entity fully, and it gave so much peace to this man to allow him to live his life, not only in that lifetime, but in his multidimensional self, to be free, to live the life he was meant to live, to be with purpose, live with mission in earth, and anywhere his multidimensional self lies. So as soon as I extinguished that entity within him, that demonic entity that was controlling his life, it was like he looked at me and all his body was transformed in light. There was no more pain in him, no more hurt, no more anxiety, no more feeling of someone controlling him, controlling his life. And he also wanted to tell me that he had spine problems. So he turned around and put my hands in his hand to tell me that he also had some type of spine problems. So I went once more into the water. I grabbed the water and then I put it in his spine, and his spine started merging into one strong spine because there was problems with it not being connected fully, aligning correctly or anything. So once more the spine was aligned and put properly so he could be able to live without those problems. And it's every time that like a major healing within him would happen, I could see it in his eyes. In his eyes, it was like if I was looking through his soul, and a soul was shifting, almost like if I was unlocking a safe, and some combination within the soul was turning into light, but there were still parts within him that had to be cleared, throughout all time and space and his multidimensional self. And he knew that, but he knew that parts of him were already turned into light, and whatever I did for him to help him in that, it would help him in his journey moving forward. I thought this was a beautiful dream to share with all of you, for all of you that have been mermaids in past lives, and to show you that if you are a healer, you're a healer in all your multidimensional self, regardless of what you look like. And we're always here to assist humanity if it's here in Earth or other planets. And whatever version we are, we're always working for the light, for the good and greatest cause of all, and to help those that are light to shift back into their highest love light energy. So thank you all for listening, for sharing, giving me your love, giving me comments. It is a great honor to be working with all of you, but for the greatest cause of all. Sending you all infinite love light.